right in the kisser.
How the devil are you? Why, Lord? Look, I know it's a Friday and we normally have a drink on a Friday, just a little tipple, okay? But I'm having a cup of tea tonight. Just fancied a cup of tea, do you know what I mean? I know. Only joking. I'm having a bit of Captain Morgan's rum today, dark rum. Now, I haven't drunk all this today, okay? Otherwise, I wouldn't be talking right now. That was yesterday. No, I've had it for months, but I've come to the last drop, which is a shame, so I'll have to go to the shop and buy some more. Not a lot left in there. Got it. But here we are. It is what it is. Now, before I put it down. Now, Captain Morgan's rum is actually has a Welsh connection. Yes, it does. Right? See that guy there? It's named after Sir Henry Morgan, who was a Welshman. And he was a privateer and a plantation owner in Jamaica. And you see by the picture, he looks like he's carrying a bit of timber, likes his food, I think.
Do you have any Krispy Kremes or what?
But by all accounts, he was a right nasty git. Stone cold killer, he was. Privateers are basically legalised pirates. And he would go around raiding Spanish ports and ships. And this was given the okay by the British government. He was even knighted, Sir Henry Morgan. So it's called after Henry Morgan. Would you Adam and Eve it? Would you believe it? Now, this was originated in the US Virgin Islands, I think 1944. But in 2001, it was bought out by Diageo, okay? And that's a British multinational alcoholic beverage company based in London. So it's actually owned by the Brits now. There you go. But there we are, Captain Morgan's. Love a Captain Morgan, love a rum. Oh, not the white stuff, that's for the girls, yeah. Oh, no, dark rum, spice rum. Oh, you know it. Anyway, let's have a little sip of this. Cheers. Not a lot. Oh. Beautiful. Anyways, put that where did I put it? I put it there for now. I don't tip it over my CD player. Okay. Now, what have I got today? Oh, you're in for a treat. You really are. But obviously because of me, but not just me, because of what I've got. I've still got to connect it up. I haven't disconnected it yet because I've been trying it out all week. And this is, hang on a minute, let me just unplug it all. Right. And take out that. This is the new phono stage from SMSL called the PH1. Now, let's bring you in for a closer look. Oh. And here it is. Now, it's only dinky, okay? Look at the size of it in my hand. Fits in the palm of my hand. It's teeny weeny. Not a lot to see on the front, but it does have this. We'll come to that in a sec. You got on off button. Boink, boink. That's interesting, isn't it? And my light comes on when it's on and off when it's off. There you go. Oh, technology is mad. Anyway, we've got a 6.35mm headphone jack. And that volume is only for the headphone amp. That's all it's for. It doesn't work the preamp at all. It's just for the headphone amp out. Nice to see a headphone out on a phono preamp. Really cool. Because you don't need to connect it to a hi-fi or an amplifier. So that's pretty cool. However, it's only 90 milliwatts per channel. So 180 milliwatts total, which doesn't seem very powerful. And you'd think, if you've got a slightly hard to drive headphones, it's going to be useless. But, and there's a big but, this headphone out actually surprised me. It drove headphones I didn't think it would. And I'd explain why I think it did later. But I'm only guessing, I'm only surmising. Right, let's have a little look around the back. Right, there's not a lot to see on the back. You got your RCA in and RCA out, and your ground screw. It's only moving magnet, not moving coil. But what's surprising about this little amp is that it has a gain of 46 dB, which is quite high for a moving magnet. And a lot of the times, you know, you see these cheap phono stages only have a gain of about 38 to 40, and they're just not loud enough. You've got to whack your volume up all the way. Not with this. This puts out some power. Now, go back to what I was saying about the headphone amp. I tried the Fozzy Audio i5s, and my Leak Stereo 230, it powered it, but I had to powered the i5s, but I had to turn the volume up almost all the way to get a decent volume out of it. This, with 180 milliwatts, right, total, powered them absolutely fine. And I was scratching my head. I was like, what? How is that possible? Now, look, I'm no sort of sound engineer, but I'm wondering if it's got something to do with the fact that it has a gain of 46 dB, and that helps to power the headphones potentially, because it baffled me how I was able to drive, not really hard to drive headphones, but for 180 milliwatts total, you know, I was surprised that it was able to drive the Fozzy i5s fine. So if anybody knows why, is it because of the gain? Maybe, okay? Now, also as well, this has a total harmonic distortion plus noise of 0.008%. That is quiet for a phono amp. And I have to say, it is whisper quiet. No noise coming from it, no buzzing, nothing. Really, really good. And also, do you know when you turn some phono amps on, the cheap ones, you turn it on and it makes a popping noise or a plop or something, or bang or whatever? Not with this. All whisper quiet. Excellent. Now, it has a fixed input capacitance of 150 picofarads. So for moving magnet cartridges, that should be fine for most of them. Like for instance, I have Audio-Technica VM95ML, a microlinear cartridge. And that you can use a phono amp between 100 and 200 picofarads. So that's falling right in between. So that's absolutely fine to use with my turntable. But obviously check your manufacturer's specs, you know, to see if your cartridge is in between that range. But I think most moving magnet cartridges will be there or thereabouts. So it should be fine for literally 90+% of cartridges. Almost forgot to mention the power supply. It's 5 volt. So it comes with this lead here. That goes in there, obviously. It doesn't come with a plug, just a USB. So you need to plug it into probably any phone charger will do as long as it's 5 volt. Just pop it in the gap. It doesn't, but you'll have to supply your own. Right, so how does it sound? Really, really good. I mean, this is 70 quid. 70 pence. And I think it's on Amazon in the US is $70, $69.99. That 1 cent, 1 pence, whatever. It's 70 quid, $70. What? Performs really, really well. So I put it up against the Leak Stereo 230, the built-in phono stage on there. And I've used quite a few phono stages over the years. And I've compared a lot of them to the Leak Stereo 230. The Leak Stereo 230 has a very decent phono stage. And most of the time it's like, oh, I'm not sure which one is best. This beat it. I know what. This Tom and Jerry eyes. I was like, I couldn't believe that this sounded so good for £70. Now I have done a sound test. Obviously I've got to use a record. If I play it on here, I'll get a copyright warning or whatever, or the video will at very least be demonetized. So I've done a separate video, which I'll link in the description box below. If you want to go and see that, you can see it down in the description box below. And I've done a test on there, and see for yourself. And let me know in the comments what you think. Do you think this sounds better than the Leak Stereo 230? There is a but though. There is a but. Now, When I just looked at the waveform of both the Leak and the SMSL PH1, I was surprised to see that the Leak Stereo 230 had a better dynamic range. So I'll show you these two waveforms now. This is from the right channels of each of them, okay? And you can see the top one is the SMSL and the bottom one is the Leak Stereo. And can you see it's almost like it's had some loudness normalization to it. But this doesn't have any DSP or anything, it's only RIAA equalization. So I'm not sure if that gain is driving up, making the dynamics of it not quite as good as the Leak Stereo 230. So I don't know, but I thought I'd show you that because I thought it was unusual to see that waveform. Normally I can match the tracks to each other on my editing software, but it says they wouldn't match because they couldn't distinguish between the two. That's how different they were. So it's unusual. So I don't know what's going on there. But to be fair though, I still think this sounded better. You might get some better dynamics with the Leak Stereo 230, but overall, I think the SMSL, it just sounded more fuller, more open. I don't know, just really, really good. But I thought I'd mention the waveform because I thought it was unusual. There you go. Well, just a short video today. Go and check out that sound test. Let me know what you think. And if there's any sound engineers watching this video, can you tell me why that waveform is like it is? Is it because of it's got more gain than the Leak Stereo 230? Is that affecting it? So I'd love to know. Anyway, that's come to the end of the video. I'll catch you in the next one.